Okay, so this is the part 2 of converting units. And I'm going to show you how to convert your age in years to seconds. So I'm going to just tell you my age is about 60. 1 year, there are 365 days per 1 year. If you could get a little fussier and say 365.25 days in a year, that will take care of some of the leap years, and it's not exact, but close enough for now. So that will give me my age in days. And if I want to convert it to my age in seconds, I don't know how many seconds there are in a day, but I can tell you how many hours there are in a day. And I have to make sure that the days are in the denominator. In 1 day, there are 24 hours. So I can cross off my days, and I'm left with an answer in hours. Again, it still doesn't tell me what my age is in seconds, but it does tell me how many hours I've lived. Now I just need to convert. How many hours in a how many minutes in an hour? There are 60 minutes in 1 hour. My hours cancel, and now I can finally arrive at seconds. In 1 minute, there are 60 seconds, and my minutes cancel. And when I finish the calculation, I will find my age in seconds. It's going to be 60 times 365.25 times 24 times 60 times 60. So it's going to be 60 times 365.25 times 24 times 60 times 60 again. Big number, and I've got an E on my calculator here, error. So it looks like I'm going to have a problem here because my calculator does not show enough digits. So I'm going to knock off some of these zeros, work with that, and adjust. So this is going to be 6 times 365.25 times 20 times 6 times 6, and that's 3 zeros. That's times 1,000 seconds. And try it. 6 times 365.25 times 24 times 6 times 6 equals 1,000.
1 seconds. It looks like I'm almost 2 billion seconds old. An alien ship travels at 16,000 miles per hour. What is that feet per second? You always start with what you know, and it's 16,000 miles per hour. And I do want to go towards seconds. I want hours on top. 1 hour is equivalent to 60 minutes times. So my hours cancel, and I've got miles in a minute. I want minutes on top. I want the relationship between minutes and seconds. There are 60 seconds in 1 minute. That takes care of my time, so my answer will be in seconds. Keep your goal in mind, so it's feet per second. My units of distance are miles here, and I do know that in 1 mile, remember mile has to go in the bottom, has 5,280 feet. I'm just going to write this out without the units now. I'm going to take 16,000, divide by 60, divide by 60 again, and multiply by 5,280 equals. It looks like 23,466, and I'll round off to the 0.7 feet per second, and that's a lot of feet. I'm just going to check number here in case I made a mistake. I'm going to look at these sixes. I'm going to look at these zeros and cancel them off. Make it easier. And I'm estimating 6 times 6, that's, 16 divided by 60 is about 3, because 6 times 3 is 18, so it's 18 with 3 zeros, and then times about 90. So 90 times 3, 9 times 3 is 27 with 3 zeros. So it's 23 with 16,000 miles per hour is the same as 23,000. Let's round it off to the nearest whole number. 23,466
467 approximately feet per second. And there you go. We're going to continue with unit conversions. Previously I talked about converting 72 inches to feet and converting my age 60 into my age in seconds. Instead of 60 years, I am about 2 billion seconds old. So here's a different kind of conversion, and it's not your standard unit, but it still works. Here's the example. I have 8 yards of fabric. One banner requires 5 inches of width. And here's the diagram that goes with it. So here's my fabric, goes on for 8 yards, break it up into 5-inch pieces. I start with what I know, which is 8 yards. And it looks like I'm going to have to go into inches. 8 yards, I have 1 yard is 36 inches. This is your conversion factor. So now I have converted this into inches. I want my unit in number of banners. How many banners? One banner requires a 5-inch width. So that's 8 yards wide, 5 inches for the banner. Simplify this. It's 8 times 36. By the way, my inches cancel. 8 times 36 over 5. And my answer will be left in banners. So I'm going to take that on my calculator. This is going to be, just as an estimate, that's about 5 into 36 is 5 into 40. 8 times 8 is 64. I should get about 64 banners, a little bit less. I'm going to take 8 times 36 and then divide by 5. And I get 57.6. Now at this point you have to decide what you're going to do with the fractions. Oftentimes we round off, but in this case we're not going to round off because I can have part of a banner, so I'm just going to drop this. This is called truncate. So I'm going to truncate. Therefore, in this case, the school can make 57 banners. There you have